Hello and welcome to my studio. In this video I'm going to show you how I made this picture. This extreme close-up picture was achieved with the minimum of equipment. Just two small flash heads and some card. The technique is easy to repeat with any tabletop subject, and apart from a small amount of cropping, no post-production, just straight out of the camera. And in this video I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Okay, so starting with the table, what I've got here is a background sheet. So this is just a piece of card that I'm using as the background. I've just laid that on the table. Then I have this bottle with a corkscrew in the top of it, and this is going to be our subject. Just place that there for now. Okay, then coming on to the camera, what I have is this full-frame digital SLR with a 24-70 zoom lens on the front of it. On the top of the camera I have this flash sync trigger, which is also capable of controlling the energy in the flash heads. Okay, so I'll pop this on the top of the tripod, like that, and we'll just roughly frame up the shot. So I'll just move the bottle so it's in about the right place. Take that all the way to the 70mm end on the zoom lens and just try and focus on that. I can't actually focus close enough as we are at the moment. So what I'm going to do is put an extension tube on this lens. And these are really simple items and very cost effective for this sort of photography. So basically it's just a ring, and this particular one has all the electrical connections to sync with the lens, so that you can still use the lens functions such as autofocus, etc. Okay, so what I'll do is just take this lens off, that, pop the extension tube on the back of the lens like so, and stick the whole lot back on the camera. There we go. So it's still at the 70mm end. So let's have a look now. Okay, so now I can move the bottle into what I hope to be the right position and be able to focus it. Okay, so with that done, what I'll do now is turn the camera on. And the software has recognized the camera, and I've previously set the camera to 1/250th of a second for the shutter speed, which is the flash sync speed for this camera. I've previously set the aperture to f16 because I want quite a large depth of field. And I've left the ISO at 100. So with these settings and no flash, I'll just check that I get no picture, which is what I want. So I'll just grab an image, and there, you can see there is no picture on there at all. Good. So that just proves that we're not getting any contamination from the house lights. So to start with then, what I want to do is place a small flash head about here somewhere, just to illuminate the very top of the bottle. So here we are. This is what I'll be using to illuminate the bottle top. This is a 250 joule flash head. So it's not very powerful as flash heads go. It's about the same as a fairly large speedlight flash gun. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just place this in somewhere close to the top of the bottle. Now, because this flash head is about 100mm across, it will actually give a relatively soft light just on its own without doing any other modifications to it. So we'll just get that in quite close like that. Now initially I've got this set on full energy, so this will give the full 250 joules. So we'll just grab an image and see what that looks like. Ah yes, always helps to turn the flash trigger on. Let's just do that. There we go. I'll just try that again. Okay, so you can see from that image that at full energy, 250 joules, it's way overexposed. So what I'm going to do is just take this down to as low as it will go. So I'll just do that. So now we'll give that another try. There, and on the first attempt, that's looking pretty good actually. It's probably about the right sort of level of tones. And because I've reduced the energy right down, this is literally 1 joule. So even a small flash gun will be able to do this sort of illumination. Okay, so the next stage would be to light the background. So for this I'm going to use another one of these small heads, and I'm going to place it about here somewhere. So it's out of view of the camera, but pointing straight down at the background. There we go, so I'll just put this on this stand. Like that. Somewhere like that. So the idea of this is that this is going to illuminate this part of the card, which hopefully will be in line with the top of the bottle. But we'll see how we go with that. Okay, so with that all on, I'll just grab an image and we'll see what that looks like. And again, you can see straight away from that the exposure is way over. So I need to take quite a lot of energy out of that head too. So I'll just select the head. There we go, I've taken that down by 6 stops. Let's try that again. Yes, that's much better. That seems to be about the right exposure for the background. So just a bit of fine tuning on the image I think is required now. What I'd like to do is just put a highlight along the side of the glass here at the front. And to do that, what I'm going to use is this piece of card, just as a reflector. So what I'm going to do is just pop this in quite close, like so. So I'm recycling some of this light onto the card and then hopefully back onto the bottle. So I'll just check in the viewfinder that I haven't got the card in the picture, which I have at the moment. So I'll just adjust that until it's out of the picture. Like so. Okay, we'll give that a try. Yes, so that has put this highlight down the side of the bottle here. This is what we had before, and this is what we've got now. It's also added a bit of more interest to the actual corkscrew itself. From that to that. Now finally, what I think I'd like to do is just saturate the colour in the background here a little. So in order to achieve that, what I'm going to do is add a gel to this light. So here I have an orange gel, which should just saturate the colour enough. So we'll just put that on the light here, like so, and give that a try. Yes, I think that's worked very well. All the exposure looks about right, and the composition's pretty good. Yes, I think that will do. Okay, so with that now captured, that's it really. There is very little to do. What I'll do is take it into Photoshop just to crop the image and maybe straighten it up a little. Okay, so here is that capture opened up in Photoshop. So the first thing I'm going to do is just make a duplicate. So go onto the layer here, just right click, duplicate layer, but I want a new file, so for document I'll just put new, and in the name I'll just call that corkscrew. And click on OK. What that's done is just made me a new file which is at the top here. So that means that the camera original will remain untouched. Okay, so as we said before, there's very little to do with this. So all I'm going to do is click on the crop tool here, pick a ratio. I'm going for 16:9 so that it matches the video. And I'm just going to use the straighten command here just to make sure that everything is upright. So I'll just draw a line down the center of the bottle like that. There we are. So about there somewhere, I think. Maybe move it over ever so slightly. There we go, and that's it. I'll just click on the OK button at the top, and there we have it. A delightfully simple composition which has produced a very striking image with simple lighting and very effective technique. All in all, a very pleasing picture, and all achieved more or less in camera. Okay, well I hope you liked watching how I made that image, and if you like watching these sort of things, do click on the other images as they appear, click the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.